one hand. He came in the corner at the 6th round and said, my hand is hurting. If you look at the tape, I said, man, I don't want to hear that. Fight through it.
Davis. That looked like a submission. You hear me? Let me get
Check this
out. Let me get quick. Hold on.
Cal, you guys calm down. Listen to me.
Okay, hey, come on now.
Tank don't with Coach Cal. When Tank was walking up, it looked like Coach Cal was about to give him that hug like he always do, and Tank just brushed him off like they hit him. Whoop, excuse me. Get out of here now.
Tensions ran high during the much-anticipated fight between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., reaching a boiling point when longtime coach Calvin Ford erupted in frustration over Davis's behavior in the corner. Known for his calm and composed coaching style, Ford's emotional outbursts shocked both fans and analysts, leaving many wondering what had gone wrong between one of boxing's most trusted duos.
All the people that say I be spreading false narratives and I don't know what I'm talking about. Tank don't. Coach Cal. Look, check it out.
Cal, you guys calm down. Listen to me.
And then, look, Tank lost it. He totally lost it.
For years, Calvin Ford has been a pillar of Davis's career. Alongside Kenny Ellis, their trio formed a tight-knit, trusted unit that guided Davis from rising prospect to world champion. Their relationship was often likened to legendary boxer-trainer pairings, built on both technical excellence and deep personal loyalty. So when heated words were exchanged mid-fight, it wasn't just about strategy, it felt personal. The emotional spark hinted at deeper tensions within the team.
Now it seemed like Coach Cal on point, so you're not paying Tank no mind. And Tank go over here, he go to this nigga, and watch this he do. He gonna lift his jacket up, and like, our conversation is a secret, I don't want him to hear it. Type. Like, yo, what's up with Coach Cal and Tank? They really don't with each other? Like, what? And he brushed him off again, like, don't touch me type. Like, you see that?
Leaked audio and social media clips revealed that the confrontation unfolded during the heat of the battle. Davis was seen questioning instructions or venting frustrations, prompting Ford to lose his composure. The coach's response was raw and intense, a clear sign that he believed Davis was letting emotions override discipline. While the exact dialogue remains debated, most agree that Ford's words were sharp, driven by a firm belief that championship composure must be maintained, even in the tensest moments.
How he telling the person that taught him how to box who he should be listening to? Tank done lost it. The money, all that done went to his head. Twitter done went to his head. He lost it. He's gone, bro. I'm telling you.
The exchange quickly went viral, reactions split, some applauded Ford's no-nonsense attitude while others sympathized with the immense pressure Davis faces at the top level. Analysts noted that such clashes, though controversial, lay bare the emotional intensity of elite boxing. Some labeled it a necessary wake-up call, while others feared it could destabilize Davis's corner chemistry. In post-fight interviews, Ford clarified that stepping back during the Roach fight wasn't a permanent decision. He described it as a temporary shift in roles and emphasized that Davis remains part of his boxing family. In fact, Davis himself expressed deep loyalty weeks before the fight, saying, "I got Calvin tattooed on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere. Calvin is Pops. He ain't going anywhere." Still, fans were surprised to see Ford absent from the corner. The familiar team dynamic of Davis, Ford, and Ellis had become a staple of his success, comparable to other iconic duos like Tyson and Customado or Canelo and Eddie Reynoso. Instead, Barry Hunter stepped in, an unexpected change that left many wondering what led to the shakeup. To Davis, his coaches are more than a team, they're family. While this episode may have rattled expectations, it seems to be a temporary shakeup rather than a lasting fracture. Still, it serves as a powerful reminder. Even the most successful teams are not immune to moments of tension and friction. For Davis, this could mark a period of reflection, an opportunity to ensure his passion remains focused between the ropes, not in the corner. For Ford, it's a chance to reaffirm his guiding principles of discipline and accountability. In the high-stakes world of professional boxing, outbursts like Ford's aren't just emotional. They reflect the razor-thin line between victory and defeat. Whether this moment leads to permanent changes in Davis's approach or fades into memory, one thing is certain: the loyalty, pressure, and raw intensity behind the scenes continue to make boxing one of the most captivating sports in the world.
Never got trainer of the year when Floyd was fighter of the year. Yeah. His dad never got trainer of the year. So, I've been openly expressing that. And I think it's time that Calvin gets his just due.
During his intense bout with Lamont Roach, Gervonta "Tank" Davis took a knee in the ring. However, the referee chose not to rule it a knockdown, giving Davis a moment to wipe his eyes with a towel. He later claimed the issue stemmed from oil dripping from his hair into his eyes. The fight ended in a majority draw. Two judges scored it evenly at 114 to 114, while the third gave a narrow edge to Davis at 115 to 113. Had the referee counted that knee as a knockdown, the outcome could have swung in Roach's favor, possibly securing him the win, assuming the rest of the fight played out the same. The New York State Athletic Commission backed the referee's decision, stating a technical glitch prevented them from reviewing the moment within the allotted time. Although the commission didn't discuss the possibility of overturning the result, they did acknowledge the need to fix technical failures that can impact ringside replay access in the future. Despite the controversy, Davis retained his WBA lightweight title, but the result instantly sparked demands for a rematch, especially given how strong Roach, an underdog, performed from the opening bell. Roach's team wasted no time. His legal representatives filed a formal complaint with the New York State Athletic Commission demanding that the result be overturned. They argued that the knee should have been ruled a knockdown and also cited a potential disqualification offense when Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, stepped onto the ring apron and wiped his fighter's face, something that happened just moments after Davis took a knee. Attorney Greg Smith, representing Roach, formally petitioned the commission to declare Roach the rightful winner. Dan Raphael of Fight Freaks Unite first reported the news, sharing parts of the letter sent to the commission. It argued that Davis turning away mid-round, walking to his corner, and partially exiting the ring could be interpreted as him quitting the match. The letter added that Roach believes the commission will side with the millions of fans who saw the fight and recognize him as the true winner, either by TKO due to Davis's actions, disqualification for bringing an irritant into the ring, or by a corrected decision that factors in the missed knockdown.
Something funny, when we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I was like, oh, is that right? So, that's how boxing work. It's sad to say, that's how boxing work. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh here it comes. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's okay.
The controversy surrounding the fight is far from over. A letter from Roach's legal team claims that Calvin Ford, Davis's trainer, violated the rules by wiping Davis's face in the ring, an action that could have led to disqualification. Roach's attorney argues that if the knockdown had been correctly acknowledged, Roach would have won by decision. Whether this appeal will persuade the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, to overturn the fight's outcome remains uncertain. While both fighters have expressed interest in a rematch, the timing of such a showdown is still unclear. The bigger conversation, however, is the growing reaction to Davis's controversial knee. Davis and George Kambosos Jr. have traded heated words on social media, and it's clear there's no love lost between them. So when Davis's latest fight ended in controversy, Kambosos didn't hesitate to comment on the infamous knee and the fight itself. He made it clear that, in his view, it was indeed a knockdown and that it played a key role in the final result. Kambosos further criticized Davis, suggesting that the undefeated fighter needed to reassess his own conduct, referencing his own struggles against Devin Haney and Loma. He also showed respect to Roach, saying, "Respect, Tanky, the jig is up." The fallout for Davis continues as it seems he can't catch a break. While the appeal's impact is still up in the air, if it leads to a change in the result, it could create a major setback in his career. The decision has caused an uproar across the boxing world, with fans and analysts expressing strong opposition to the referee's call. The backlash has been so intense that the NYSAC has now reopened the investigation into the ruling. Roach, however, remains unfazed and confident that the final decision will go his way. On Monday, he shared an update on the ongoing investigation, stating he's eager for a rematch to restore his honor. At the same time, he's open to an official review that could not only refine his record, but also deliver the justice he believes he deserves. Roach, in his typical confident tone, mentions sources indicating that the review might favor him, potentially overturning the result in his favor. If that happens, it would mark Davis's first professional loss since his debut over a decade ago. Roach is fully aware of what's at stake. If the result is overturned, he would officially become a two-time two-division champion, having already claimed the WBA Super Featherweight title in 2023. Additionally, a reversal would hand him Davis's WBA lightweight belt, catapulting Roach into the spotlight as the only fighter to have defeated the Maryland native. Although Roach remains optimistic, the NYSAC has clarified the reason Davis's knee wasn't ruled a knockdown. A spokesperson for the commission stated that a technical issue prevented them from reviewing the incident in the 9th round. The glitch, occurring during the request for a replay, meant the commission didn't receive the footage within the time frame necessary for review. As a result, the referee's in-ring decision stood and the fight continued. The spokesperson suggested that had the NYSAC been able to review the replay, the outcome might have shifted, possibly resulting in a loss for Davis. Instead, it was Roach who was denied his moment of victory. Lamont Roach is now counting on the NYSAC to secure the right footage and give the commission another chance to reevaluate the situation. Meanwhile, the fallout from Davis's March 1st bout continues, tarnishing not just his reputation as a dominant force in boxing, but also casting a shadow over his legacy.
Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch, because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
On Tuesday, Dan Raphael of Fight Freaks Unite reported that Greg Smith, legal representative for Lamont Roach Jr., formally petitioned the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC Executive Director Matt Delalio in a 4-page letter. Smith urged the commission to overturn the majority draw and award Roach Jr. the victory. The NYSAC has acknowledged the controversy, stating that it is actively reviewing the contentious 9th round decision made by referee Steve Willis. However, technical difficulties prevented an immediate reassessment of the situation. Adding fuel to the controversy, Claressa Shields, who has had a contentious history with Gervonta Davis, voiced her opinion on the fight's outcome. When asked by a user whether the fight was judged correctly, Shields expressed her belief that the fight could have had a different result. Despite defending Davis against accusations of overpricing, Shields admitted that Davis had a tough night against Roach Jr. and speculated that outside factors such as arguments with his corner and oil in his hair played a role in his performance. She emphasized that while Davis is still a skilled fighter, Roach Jr. deserved to win the fight, particularly because of the knee incident in the 9th round. That knee was 100% a knockdown, she said, but acknowledged that it was a close battle. After the fight, Shakur Stevenson, who has been vocal about wanting to fight Davis, expressed his satisfaction. The WBC lightweight champion revealed on X that he had earned at least $20K on Lamont Roach. And when asked who he thought won, Stevenson confidently replied, "Lamont." He further stated that Davis had likely underestimated Roach, thinking he wasn't a serious threat, and that the fight played out exactly as he had predicted. Terrence Crawford, another of Davis's rivals, also weighed in, declaring that Roach won the fight and the knockdown should have been counted. He compared the situation to a moment in Floyd Mayweather's career when the undefeated champion touched the canvas for the first time during a fight with Carlos Hernandez in 2001. Crawford suggested that the referee's failure to call the knockdown was a clear mistake. Floyd Mayweather's uncle Jeff Mayweather also shared his thoughts, criticizing the referee's decisions. Speaking on the Mayweather channel, he stated, "By the rules of boxing, that was a knockdown. You're supposed to count it." Mayweather also criticized the referee for stopping the count midway and for allowing Tank's corner to assist him without permission, further fueling the controversy. Since the fight ended in a draw, the officiating has faced intense scrutiny. Even fighters like Ryan Garcia and Claressa Shields have called out the decisions, with Garcia posting on X that Lamont won that and questioning how the knockdown was missed. Shields also tweeted, "How much are they paying the ref? This is crazy."